and warmly welcome. As you might have guessed, it is Christmas time. November and December have been really bad in Northern Lights because of the clouds. Let's hope that the beginning of the next year is a bit better and we can see some Northern Lights. But before that, it is time to enjoy the holiday season. December 23rd, the night before Christmas. It was predicted KP2, so not much chances to see the Northern Lights this south. In daytime it has been more activity from the sun and even KP5, so I thought it could raise the possibilities just a bit. And lately it has been so cloudy, so I have to try to see the lights if there is even a small chance. I went to a new spot in Lohja, Liessaari. Liessaari is pretty close to city of Lohja because the lights of the Lohja are there, and there is this bridge that takes to the Liessaari. So it is pretty near the city if you are interested to go there. So it is pretty easy spot to come. On the way there was a small swimming beach. It says Rakkauden ranta, a beach of love. And these locks are probably some lovers' commitment, like I love you, and put the lock on and throw the key or something. So peace and love. I had checked in the maps and internet a place called Lohjan Graniittilouhos, an old granite mine that is closed. It is on a small hill that is rising in front of the lake Liesjärvi in the island of Liessaari. It was not that easy to find the right paths during winter. I just figured that if someone has made a path straight to the woods, the path will probably lead to the mines too. And I of course used the GPS and maps as I walked. The mines were opened in the year 1850 and closed in 1940. The granite from the mine was used in important places in Finland and have been shipped abroad also. Nowadays there are no buildings left from the old mine, just some fence that is for the safety because there is a very steep cliff in there. There are also a couple of benches where you can enjoy the scenery. Hello there and welcome to Lohja. I'm at the Liessaari again. This was the place where I went in the first episode, but now I went to a hill, not the Laavu, and I think it is pretty nice place. I just came here and I will check what kind of place this is. I think there is quite a nice view to the north, and I will set up my gear and I will see what kind of angles can I get here. So it is nice. There wasn't much predicted tonight because in the daytime it was KP5 and the meters went wild, and in North Lapland there was amazing northern lights during the day because there is so dark. But in Espoo and Helsinki it was cloudy and the clouds went away like in 9 o'clock or something, so I didn't go outside before, but I came now and let's see does the northern lights come or not. But I thought for a while should I go at all because the BC was on the plus side and it didn't go to minus. But then I look at the weather forecasts like the next week and it was all rainy and cloudy and everything, and tonight it was predicted clear skies, so that was a major factor for me to leave and see. This is a new spot for me, so this is like the perfect evening to check the spot. And I saw in some web cameras in Tampere there was a dim northern light bow. So it was a good night to come and check some new spots, because there is not much predicted, but there could be something. And after all, I get to see some new place, and if it is nice, I can come here again sometimes, and if not, then I know it is not good place. So you have to come and see, and then you will know. Okay, now I have set up my cameras. I put my time-lapse camera in some metal bar, so there was like the best views to the north there. And because my tripod is so low, I could get it like a bit higher. And I think it is a nice view to the north sky. There is some trees in the sides, but it's nice. And I put my other time-lapse camera deeper to the forest and with the fish eye, because I like the trees in the fisheye lens. They look beautiful, the silhouettes of the trees. And I think if the lights aren't that big, so I think it's nice to have some trees in the pictures. And I think I take that camera and try to see like different angles and stuff like that and move around a bit. So if there is some northern lights, then I could get some different kind of photos. And let's hope I get to see some lights tonight. So there is my time-lapse camera taking pictures. I put it like in the highest spot of this hill, so there is a good view to the north sky. So there is a dim northern light bow in the horizon. It is not that strong, but it is so nice to see some northern lights again. And I will try to take some cool pictures here also. And I kind of like this place because it is high hill and there is a nice views to the lake. So I recommend you to come and take some pictures here if you are in Lohja or live near here or something like that, or just want to visit. So this is pretty nice, and if you want to go to this place and to the Laavo, it is like 2 kilometers away from each other, and in the Laavo it is closer to the water and this is like higher, so I think there is good opportunities to hunt some lights in Lohja. So it's perfect. The battery has died. And this is like perfect thing. I should have like remote shutter, but I don't have it with this camera. So I am like hacking it to pushing the shutter button and taking pictures. So it is pretty cheap trick and not that perfect, but what can you do on a budget? It is good that there is these metal bars, because there is a pretty deep fall to the ground. So these are for my safety. They are perfect. I am just looking the meters right now, and the BC did drop nicely in around, I think, -8 or just around -10. So I think in an hour or so there might be a really nice chances to see the northern lights, because the speed is also like in almost 600 and the density is also good, so there should be like good chances to see some northern lights. And now I just have to wait a bit, and it is good that I have already set up my cameras so the northern lights can come and I am ready. Yes, the northern lights are getting bigger. They are so beautiful. I have to take that camera again and take some pictures, but perfect. It is so nice to see some great northern lights again. So let's hope it is really big show. The northern lights came bigger after all, even though the predictions weren't so good. It was KP4 instead of predicted KP2. Yes, it was pretty big show. It wasn't like the biggest that we have seen in this series, but it was pretty nice, and I'm very lucky that I got to see some amazing northern lights this far south again, so it was like perfect night. And tomorrow the Christmas shall come because I have already get my Christmas present. It's a Christmas miracle, I think. Yes, perfect. The BC is now +5 and I think the show is now over. I think I will pack my stuff now and head to home and get some sleep before the Christmas Eve. So thanks a lot for watching and have a Merry Christmas. The walk back to the car started. I was positively surprised about the place and from the lights also. There was a bit more light pollution in the horizon compared to some other spots, and the view to the north was not the widest. But other than that, I think it was a great place. It had unique feeling and you could see very far to the north over the lake. I was happy that the view actually was to the north, because it isn't always that easy to figure out in the maps and photos from the internet. Maybe the leaves of the trees could block even more the view if it is not winter month. As I walked across the bridge, I noticed that the northern light bow was still in the sky. And I had already earlier thought that it would be cool to get a picture of the bridge with the northern lights. And as I got closer to the car, I saw somehow familiar-looking white-bearded old grandpa sitting on a bench, in a red jacket. He was nice and kind, but in a hurry. I wondered why would anyone be in a hurry as it is almost Christmas and a holiday season. Oh well. He was mumbling something about some lost reindeers and presents and said that I could take just a few pictures before he had to run.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
And as I got home, some Christmas presents had appeared under the Christmas tree. If that was not Christmas magic, I don't know what is.
If you are interested about the Christmas videos in this episode, they have been shot in Helsinki. Seurasaaren Joulupolku, Tuomaan Joulumarkkinat and Stockman Store Window.
Hyvää joulua! Niin, se on lahjasteema. No niin. Kiitos, hei hei! Hei! Hyvää joulua! Hyvää joulua! Hyvää joulua!
Colors of the Northern Lights. The lowest northern lights appear about 80 kilometers above the ground, and the highest that human eye can see are happening about 500 to 600 kilometers high. The northern lights that human eye or camera can detect appear in 4 different colors: green, red, purple, and blue. So there cannot be seen all the colors of the rainbow in the northern lights. All of these 4 colors are shown in the northern lights at the same time, but the colors that are mainly showing depends of the power of the particle rain, the features of the atmosphere, and the point where the lights are seen. So some colors are stronger than others. It is also interesting that different colors are showing in different heights. The colors of the northern lights that are shown in pictures are of course affected by camera settings and post-editing. The way the people see the northern lights are also subjective. Green northern lights. Green is the most common color of the northern lights. Green northern lights appear 100 to 300 kilometers above Earth's surface. The northern light bow is usually green, and the other colors can be seen more when there is also more activity of the northern lights. Sometimes the weakest northern lights can be seen in gray or white, almost a cloud-like color. The brightness or the power of the lights is so low that the human eye will not see the color, but the camera can still capture the green. Many times the pictures are way more beautiful than the actual live event. But for me, the magical feeling of the strong northern lights cannot be even captured with camera. And the size of the lights is also hard to realize from the pictures. Many times my feelings are mixed by the pictures I am trying to take and the actual event that I am witnessing. Because for me, both are important. Red northern lights. The red color is usually seen in the top of the northern lights. It is happening over 300 kilometers high. Sometimes the whole sky can be red, but it is very unusual. There was very much red in the sky the time when I missed the huge northern light storm because of the clouds. I have seen partly red northern lights, and I think the red color is so beautiful in the lights. Purple northern lights. Purple color is happening in 80 to 100 kilometers, so it is the lowest of these 4 colors. It is usually seen in the lower parts of the lights. Blue northern lights. Blue color can be seen in the highest points of the northern lights. The blue color can appear with the green, red and purple lights, but can easily be covered by other colors. Sometimes the colors can also change while watching the lights, since the reactions that creates the colors have different lengths.
so nice that we have seen some northern lights. It's a kind of Christmas magic. Now let's continue our journey.
Hello again and welcome to spot some northern lights with me again. I'm at Espoo and Boodam Lake and it is KP5 at the moment and you guessed it, all cloudy. 28th of December. After eating too much chocolate, it was again time to hunt some northern lights. The KP was 6, but the clouds covered most of Finland. There is so much clouds everywhere. There was one weather forecast that said it should be only partly cloudy, so I thought maybe I will come here and check because it is so near where I live, so I don't have to drive in some long distances to see the clouds. But I wanted to come and check out because there is like massive storm right now and the BC has been in -10 for hours and hours, and there should be like major big northern lights in the skies right now. But as usual, it is totally cloudy and I think I will wait a bit here and see if there is some holes in the clouds. There are no holes in the clouds. Okay, this is going to be a quick trip because I haven't seen a single star in the sky. There is no holes at all in the clouds, so there is no point of me waiting here, I think. But maybe just a while. Just a while. Let's give it a chance. And as you can see, my snow friend is still here. My pile of snow, the snowman I built in front of my time-lapse camera the other night. It's been like I don't know how many nights. But here it is, my only friend. Yeah. It is nice to see some familiar faces. Great. Okay, according to the weather forecast, it is totally cloudy all evening and night, so I think I will call it a day because there is no point of taking pictures of the clouds. So, thanks a lot for watching and I hope we will see some great northern lights later. Bye bye. The next morning it was a storm again. The BC was again in -10 for hours, but it happened in daytime in Finland. That big northern light show is still hiding over the clouds or in the other side of the planet Earth in this season.
Because it suits so well in the theme of this episode, I want to give you a sneak peek of the Rovaniemi because there is a Christmas village and if you're interested it is very nice for the kids and for adults also. We visited there with my daughter a couple of years ago and we really enjoyed our time there. But it is good to keep in mind that it is pretty expensive place, like the top attractions in every country are. It was kind of fun to see the sunrise in Rovaniemi in January because the sun rised and it was like 12 o'clock in the middle of the day and then it went all down. So you could see the sun rise and the sun set at the same time. It was pretty weird and the day was really short in January in Rovaniemi. So it is good to keep in mind that it is pretty dark in there all the time in winter, but it is good when you are trying to see the northern lights.
Whoa! Welcome to the countryside and to spot some northern lights with me again. You know this place before and now look, it is clear skies, so let's hope for the best. First of January. After the New Year celebrations, we headed to the countryside to spend our Christmas holiday. We went to our holiday place near the city of Kuopio, which is almost 400 kilometers norther than Espoo. So the chances to see the lights were a bit better. Hello and Happy New Year! It is the first day of 2023 and I'm at the countryside and let's hope that the year will start with some amazing northern lights, but we will have to wait it for the evening. The weather is now just perfect, the sun is shining and there are no clouds in the sky, and let's hope that it will last to the evening as well, because this is what I have been hoped for in this location, so let's hope for the best. There isn't much predicted tonight for the northern light meters, but I will hope that the BC will drop just a bit so I could see something here. Even a dim northern light bow would be a very nice thing for me, because there is so much clouds nowadays in the skies. So now that there isn't, I hope I can see something, but we never know. And as always, the clouds are hard to predict also, so let's hope that the sky will be clear in the evening as well. The road is super slippery, so I have to be really careful so I won't fall down. This is a great way to travel when there is this much ice. This is perfect. I'm staying here with my daughter for the whole week, so I think I have a bit more chances to see the northern lights than the last time I visit here, because there was only a couple of nights and when there is clouds that is not enough. And it looks like the first night is the best night for the weather, because in the other nights there should be more clouds than this night, but let's hope that there is a couple of nights where I could see the sky. But for now I'm very optimistic. We just hope for the activity from the sun and maybe we could see the northern lights tonight. The darkness came and it was time to head to the field. The BC has been dropping in -5 for a long time, so I think in a couple of hours there might be some chances to see the northern lights. The KP is predicted to be 3, so not the best again, but there is no clouds in the sky, so that is like perfect. So let's hope that the northern lights come and we will get to see some amazing lights tonight. It is the first day of January and this year, and let's hope that there is some northern lights in the first day of this year. So it could be like some kind of a sign that it will become a nice year of the northern lights. So let's keep our thumbs up that it will be something in the skies tonight. It is only -5 degrees, but it feels like -10. There is a pretty strong wind here and that makes it feel a lot more colder than it is. And later this week it has been promised to be like -15. So I don't know how will I be able to survive in that kind of coldness, but let's see. I put the light away because you can see the north sky there. There is some clouds in the north sky right now, but let's hope that it will go away from there. And there is some light pollution in the north sky also, but I think I don't want to travel by car anywhere because it is finally that easy to just come outside and look at the skies. So let's hope there is some northern lights later. I put my time-lapse camera in the field and there is pretty much snow there. There is my tracks. Pretty deep snow. I think my leg went like all the way to the knee to the snow and I struggled through the field. But I got my time-lapse there and I will try to take some other pictures with my other cameras also. But let's hope that there is something in the sky to photograph. Okay, there is just a dim northern light bow there. I tried to take some photos with my daughter. It was nice that she could see the northern lights as well, and the bow got stronger and it was nice that she could see like what kind of northern lights there are today. We have been seeing northern lights in Espoo with my daughter also, so this wasn't her first time, but it was very nice that she came also outside and had a look at the skies, and it was nice that we saw something. It wasn't that big, but it was nice anyway. So let's see, does the northern lights come even bigger later? And we hope so. And it was great that I could see some northern lights in this countryside because last time there was only clouds. I'm happy already. Perfect. The one thing that weakens the northern lights tonight is the moon there. It is pretty intensive light that is coming from the moon, and it clearly weakened the northern lights that were in the sky. So that is why they aren't that strong as it could have been. But even though with the moon it was pretty nice show, because usually if there is a strong moonlight and weak northern lights, they maybe don't show at all. So I'm very glad about this evening result so far. I captured my brother also in one picture with the dim northern light bow. I just love how easy it is to come outside in the countryside and look for the northern lights. This is so much easier than in Espoo, where I should always drive in some locations. Now I can just walk outside and look beyond the fields and see some northern lights. So if you are living in the countryside, I will definitely recommend you to check if you can see sometimes the northern lights, because it is so easy here. So it is like special thing in the countryside. So you should definitely look if it is possible to see the northern lights where you are living. Yes, now the northern lights are getting stronger, and what a way to start the year 2023. This is like perfect. Let's hope that it is a good show. But yes, perfect. Let's go and see.
The clouds went away and finally there was some northern lights in my holiday place. I was very happy and it was only my first day here. Even with the strong moonlight, the lights were quite big and beautiful. If there wouldn't be almost full moon, I think the show would have been even bigger and stronger. The predicted KP3 changed to KP4 and the northern lights were seen in everywhere in Finland, where there was clear skies.
Yes, finally I get to see some northern lights in this place and it was beautiful and I am so happy. Now I will try to take some photos from a different spot and let's hope that the northern lights come again to the sky. Now the values have been like not so good. The BC has come to a plus side. I tried to take some pictures with the barn or the building. I don't know what is it called in English, but there hasn't been any more northern lights tonight. The best show was earlier this evening, so I think the show is now over. But it was so nice to see some amazing northern lights, even with the almost full moonlight. So this has been very nice evening and thanks a lot for watching and have a nice new year. It started so well. Yeah.
It was time to go to sleep and hope that there would be more chances to see the lights in my holiday.
Hello there and welcome to Liesjärvi National Park. I will give you a quick tour of the place. There are very nice views to the north sky here and this is one of the best places where I have been spotting the northern lights. So let's have a look.
Liesjärven kansallispuisto, National Park. Liesjärven kansallispuisto is located about 100 kilometers from the center of Helsinki, about 1 hour and 20 minutes of drive. It is a large area, but good place to see the northern lights is near the Kortenniemen perinnetila, since there is very long view to the north sky across the lake.
There are pretty nice parking lot in here. There is much room and it is well kept in winter also, so there is not much snow and you can drive here easily, so you don't have to worry about the stucking in some piles of snow or anything like that. So the parking lot is over there and the trail to the Kortenniemi perinnetila starts from here. And there is a swing. My favorite thing. Whee! This is pretty nice place and in summer there are some farm animals wandering in the fields and you can visit all these nice old buildings, and you can see how the Finnish people have lived like over 100 years ago. So it is a nice place to visit in the summer also if you are not spotting the lights.
Kortenniemen perinnetila is over 100-year-old forest ranger's farm. It is a beautiful place to visit any time of the year.
And one of the best places to see the northern lights is just that path over there and go straight to the shore. I will show you. Let's go. So now we are at the small beach and there are amazing good views to the north sky here. So this is actually the best place where I have been spotting the northern lights because the lake is so long and there are amazing views to the north sky. Just look at that.
There is also a sauna by the lake that can be rented.
And in this little beach there is also this small boat, and I have always tried to take some pictures with the boat and the northern lights in the background. So that is one thing I recommend you to try. The boat has always been there, so it is nice to know. And if you're looking at the views in the little beach here, you can see there is an Ahonnokka named place, and there are amazing views all around you. In this place you can see only like part of the sky, but in the Ahonnokka you can see everywhere, almost every direction. So it is a nice place also. So there is the Kortenniemi perinnetila, and the path to the Ahonnokka starts from there. So it is also a pretty easy spot to find, but maybe in the dark you can watch some maps also or something.
There are about 30 kilometers of hiking paths in Liesjärvi.
So here we are at the Ahonnokka. The north is over there, and there are some trees in the way if you want to see all the north sky. But if you go down that little hill, you will get to the shore, and there you could see like every direction. So that is the place where I always go if I visit here. Just be careful if you go down there so you don't twist your ankle or anything. There are no paths to there, you just have to climb there really carefully. So here is the view from the Ahonnokka, and because the northern lights aren't always directly in the north, so in here you can see all around you almost. So this is really nice place.
The best thing about Liesjärvi is the darkness. It is located pretty far from big cities. Of course, there are even better spots in north of Finland, but about an hour away from Espoo and Helsinki, Liesjärvi may be one of the best places to see the northern lights in southern Finland.
When I first time came here and I stepped out of the car, I was like overwhelmed by the stars above. They were so bright, there was no moonlight in that night, and the stars were showing so much better than in Espoo, so I was like surprised how nice place this is for the darkness. The stars were like falling from the sky, that's how it felt, because it was so beautiful. So cool, here you can see all the national parks in Finland, and they are really nice places to see the nature and probably the northern lights also, because they are so well kept. There are good parking places and the roads have been taken care of, so that is actually a really nice map. We are in here now, and here is the Liesjärvi National Park in Espoo, where I have been, and here is the Torronsuo National Park. It is also good. But all of these, I think, are really nice places to visit. So take a screenshot or something. I will take a screenshot because those are really nice in the same map here. And that means swamps, that means ocean, that means forest, and that is like not the mountains but the tunturit, the ones in Lapland. In Finland we don't have mountains, we have only tunturi. It is like these large hills in the Lapland area. So they are really beautiful if you visit Lapland sometimes. This was the place where I first time saw the northern light corona. I will never forget that evening because it was full of surprises. There was a CME that struck the earth, and I came here very early in the evening when the darkness came, and I saw just dim northern lights. I were in the Ahonnokka, and I had my time-lapse camera then also, but my time-lapse camera stopped working. There was some button that I pushed accidentally and I thought it was broken at the time, and it was pretty shame because it was the best northern lights in my life and the time-lapse camera didn't work, or I thought it wouldn't work. But either way, I put my time-lapse camera away and started to take pictures with my M10, and I had 3 batteries that time, and I was so early, like 8 o'clock, and my batteries went like dying. I had my last battery still, then the big show started and the BC dropped like so much and everything like exploded. At the time I was taking pictures in the little beach, and then there was mist that rised to the lake and the pictures became a little bit blurry. So I made a judgment call and I went to the Korteniemi Perinnetila and I tried to take some cool pictures with the old buildings because I thought it was once in a lifetime chance to get the northern lights in the same pictures as the over 100-year-old buildings and things. So I made that judgment call, and I don't know was it a right call or not. If I would have my time-lapse camera, I would have left it in the beach so I could have like both pictures. But now I had only the one camera. So at that point I was using my last battery because I was there so long and it was cold and the batteries just died. So I had one battery left and the battery light was flashing, and then I saw that the northern lights get higher and higher, and then there was this northern light corona and I was like panicking because the battery light has been flashing a long time and my battery is almost dead. So I tilt my camera all the way up and I took like 10 pictures with the different settings, and then my battery died. So it was pretty amazing night and I was so glad that I got some pictures of the northern light corona. Then I just looked at the corona and its beauty and then drove home. But I was so lucky that I got to see the northern light corona in this south, and it was amazing night. And that's why this place is like close to my heart. It was exactly this place where I saw the corona, and I was so happy that the battery didn't die just before that.
So that's the end of my mini tour from Liesjärvi National Park. I hope you liked it, and bye bye for now. Hello, here I am still at the countryside. There has been only the one night that I could see the northern lights. It was the first night when I came here, and then there was a pretty good northern light show then. But after that there has been a couple of cloudy nights, and one night there was totally clear skies and there was CME that struck in the daytime, but when the night came the BC didn't drop at all. It was in plus 15 or something all the time, so there wasn't northern lights even in North Lapland or Norway or anywhere. So that was that, and then there were a couple of cloudy nights and that's about it. So 6 nights here and 1 night northern lights, but still one is better than nothing. We went to downhill skiing and it was great, and we have been seeing our friends and family here, and we went to the movies and grilling, so everything nice. And the most important to me is to spend some time with my daughter, so it has been a great vacation, and one time the northern lights, so not bad. So time to say goodbye to countryside, but it was great, and it was great to see some northern lights. Thank you for watching and have a nice new year. Bye bye. Okay, our Christmas episode is nearly over, so thank you for watching and have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and let the New Year be filled with northern lights.
Hyvää joulua, Merry Christmas.
Welcome to spot some northern lights with Santa Claus. Ho ho ho!
In the next episode,
Maybe it's UFO.
I am spotting some extraterrestrial activity, tracking some rare creatures of the night. I wonder what animal has made these tracks. My guess is a lion. And visiting a nice national park in Tampa. Picketboo, and welcome to Saaren Kansanpuisto and to spot some northern lights with me. Countryside living. And I will take these trees inside to get the dry, and I will take them with this sledge over here. So I'm like a Santa Claus, but I will just bring woods to the people in need, which are us. Before and after. Is there any difference? I don't know, but it is lunchtime.
Thank you for watching and have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Ho 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 ho!